Hey, Dad, you should make something cool.
Okay, so it is brisk outside today, just a few degrees above freezing. However, we have good sun and it is dry outside. So we're going to take advantage of it, and I think we're going to make some sawdust today. We're going to start with stripping off the old finish. Since this is just a lot of boring and noisy sanding, we'll time-lapse this and I'll just do a voiceover for it. I'm starting with very coarse sandpaper to power through the finish and to get us down to bare wood fairly quickly. With the body cleared off, I can start removing the hardware from the head and neck. Since the previous owner had made this into a fretless base, there wasn't a lot to do with removing the frets, just one to warm up and pull off. And using a 14-inch radius seam block and the masking tape and super glue trick, we're ready to start smoothing down the fretboard and getting some of the nastiness cleared away. I'm going to take my time with this so I don't round over any of the edges and otherwise destroy a decently shaped neck. Okay, so the battery died on us, which is why we're kind of looking a lot farther along than we were. Um, we've got most of the finish off. We've got to do a few more passes just to get that, no problems. Cleaning off the headstock, we nicked the corner there. We'll figure something out for fixing that, maybe. One thing we noticed, maybe a little harder to see here, but we kind of have some metal pieces into there, and I have no idea where that's from. We also have some indentations in the wood. I think we're going to need to do some sanding to take this down 1/2 millimeter just to do that, just to get that squared away. Backside's looking pretty good. Looking good all the way around. I think all we have left to do is clean this off, and I think a slight change in plans is we're not going to paint the neck. In thinking about this, this is supposed to be a learner's guitar. This is going to be something that, as they're learning to play, don't want them to have to deal with their hands sticking on, say, a lacquered finish or something. So I think we're just going to sand this down to bare wood, and the neck, I think we'll just put a nice oil finish on it. So I think we're going to get back into it and see what we can do with this. So cue the time lapse. It's hard to tell with the time lapse, but I am going slowly, making sure that I only take off the finish and I don't change the shape of the neck. I need to clean out the pocket for the nut, so I'm starting to scrape at it with the narrowest chisel that I have. Unfortunately, I wasn't careful enough, and I cracked off a piece of the top brace. I'll have to figure out something to do with that later. A little bit of cleanup, and round 2 of trying to get all of the old finish off the fretboard. I just can't seem to get down far enough without making the fretboard too thin, so I think I'm going to have to leave some of this aging in place. We'll just call it part of the guitar's character. Now, since I'm getting all the hand sanding done, I'll pull out the body and start getting into all those pesky curves that the power sanders can't get into easily. I think this video is getting to be a pretty good length for something that's relatively boring, so I think I'm going to call it here, and we will see you on the next video.